the truck going down to Bazooka Farm Star in Iowa to get our pumps we ordered 15 months ago.
Manure pumping pumps.
Yep.
So we got them and they were incomplete and they didn't have any systems on them for pumping. So we ended up taking them back down to Iowa, pretty much where they came from, because the guys that sent them, they weren't done. So we had to drive them all the way back down here, and now 2 of them are done. And we're coming down to pick them up so we can pump manure. They're pretty nice units. Especially now that they've been to Bazooka, they've got their automatic, their control system on it for pumping and stuff. So it's like a 6-hour trip, and we're a couple hours into it, and we're driving around down southern, down kind of by Prairie du Chien right now in the hills. Beautiful country down here.
Oh yeah.
Just, I'd like to live down here, but I wouldn't like to farm these hills. So a lot of strip farming, and just a lot of big hills that we're not used to up by us. So yeah, we're probably 3 hours away, right? Isn't that what we figured?
Yeah.
We're about halfway.
2 hours and 48 minutes.
Yet to go. And I guess it was only like 5.5 hours total, but still quite a ways. And so Todd and one of his guys is in front of it, is in front of us. Todd and one of his guys are in front of us in a different truck, and they're going to pull one pump back, and we're going to pull another pump back with our dually, big Ford. So yeah, we're going to get there. We're going to take a tour of Bazooka and or Bazooka Farm Star and get some video down there. So we are crossing the Mississippi River here down in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, crossing into Marquette, Iowa. There's a casino right here. Yeah, it's a really cool place to eat, and they got like a casino and a restaurant inside that boat right there. It's really neat. Been there years ago. I was there a couple times.
So we just got here, and these are our pumps. All these. That one right there is Todd's. So we're just at Bazooka right now.
That's going to be both of ours? Or?
Yep, so for right now, your initial login will be that, and then he can show you how to set a crew up, so that way your crew, you can have your own username and password to get into your own crew. But if you both logged in, so like when you go up here to menu, so if you go up here and you do this, so if you go to menu and hit manage, so this is where, so like this is, see where it's, so like this pump right here, if you didn't want it, you could slide it and hide it. Then you hit save changes. So if you had their farm star numbers, you can just slide them over, hit save changes, and then it'll show, close that, go back to your dashboard. So it's showing you here, so I'm gonna use this as an example. So this is the neighbor's pump that you've seen on here. So if you go to hit and hit manage and say, okay, I don't wanna see that one, no. Hit save changes, hit close, go back to your dashboard. It's only gonna show you one. You're always gonna, I can hide this. So this is just hydrostat. You guys don't run anything hydrostatically off of it. So what you'll do is that you'll go in here and you're gonna say vital. Where's my hydrostat page? Okay, we'll talk about this. So all these little buttons here, so throttle, okay? So what we have what they call auto throttle. I don't know if you know much about it since you played with their pump.
We didn't use it.
So it's super nice, but I would tell you, since you're getting used to Nexus, don't do it your first spring. Just learn Nexus, but then we'll come back up and we can help you. But this is where, so what you do is you can set your inlet to X amount. So if you say, I want at least 10 PSI coming in the backside, you can set it there and all your engines will talk to each other. So it would keep a constant inlet pressure or an outlet pressure.
Refresh your tab.
So you can constantly tell it. It's like running your car in cruise mode. So each pump would talk to itself, feeding itself down the line. So it's a feature. I wouldn't worry about it right now, since you guys aren't
still in there.
real used to it. Widget. So this is just all your RPMs. So you can say max RPMs, minimum RPMs. Here's your idle. You can, rather than idle at 900, you can set that to 900. Your step RPM, so that's where we set 25. So you can step it by 50 if you wanted to. Outlet max pressure, when you get into the throttle side of what I was just talking about, you can say, I don't want them to run over 180 PSI. Well, it won't allow you to take that over 180 PSI. Like you can
Right now it's on 300?
Right now it is. But as long as you're not running in throttle mode, it won't matter.
Okay.
And then you got your outlet minimum. That's just all basically setting your PSIs. So here's your vitals. So these are the vitals. So you want to see your oil pressure. You want to see your coolant. You want to see fuel level. You know, you can pick what you want to see on that. Like these things here, is what you want to see on your main screen. So that's just something you can play with. Hide what you want. Here's your valves. Do we need to name them on here?
I'm gonna scroll down over here.
So we'll name them. So that way they're the same as what they are in here. So when you see them on the screen, it'll say inlet bypass.
They should be named.
What's that?
They're already
In here?
Yeah.
Let me go back. Let's go to valves. Only thing I'm seeing is lights.
Go back and show them in the point today.
How many they have? 4?
Correct.
Okay, so we got apply and save.
It doesn't really fly back to you, but it should take, and then you can.
Okay, so see how they all are there now?
Yep.
So what I did was, so if you see that green button where it says vitals, so that's where you're going to see your vitals here. So if you wanted to open your pig launcher or whatever when you're pumping, all you got to do is hit valves, and then it'll tell you what they are. Green means they're open. Whatever color is highlighted means that's what it is. So nobody's fingers are there. So like the inlet. So if you wanted your inlet to close, just hit close and it'll control it. So, and if you wanted your bypass open, then hit your inlet open.
Yep.
So pretty simple.
I'm just gonna
And then if you don't have them in the right line, you can switch them like your first pump. So you got them in line, like distance by the pit, and then the second.
So that
and third.
would be back over here, where you want to hit, where you want to manage your pump.
Okay.
So this is where like you just put them in line. So like if they're all over here, okay, today's 730s first, and then 723.
All right.
Then you hit save changes, hit close, and then we'll go back to the dashboard, and it should put the one that's grayed out in front of it. See how it's grayed out? It's trying to connect, and there's nothing to connect to. So now here's the order of the pumps are.
Okay. So how did you name this 723? Is there something on here?
It's the box number that's on the bottom in here.
Gotcha.
So like I said, if you take these 2 screws out, there's a sticker down there that tells you a Farm Star 723. I'm guessing why they named it that way.
You can actually go in and
you can rename it.
it is through here.
Manage.
Correct.
So if you want to rename them, so I don't know if you have a preference on that one, hit rename. So assuming you type it in.
Yeah, you can put cat booster 1 or whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're gonna put numbers or.
I'd say 1, 2, and 3, right? Would be the simplest.
Yeah.
So I typed in cat 1, so it changed the name to cat 1.
Okay.
So this one will just hide that one again. We'll hit save changes, hit close, go back to your dashboard. Cat 1.
And that's this one?
Yeah, that's this one right here.
So we got a little issue here. The pump won't start, and we tried a couple different things to get it started. And for the guys that work here, and we have no luck yet. So we're really hoping we can take this home because we drove almost 5.5 hours. We can for sure take that one home, but we got 2 trucks here to take them home with. So hoping we can get it figured out. They got it figured out. It was 2 bad starters on the engines. Both these starters are shot right here. So we only got 1 good starter out of all 3 pumps. We're gonna have to get that, get a new one for the other 2, or get them rebuilt. There she's running. What do you think, Karen? You like it? The engine's set at 570 horse, I believe.
Use your camera.
I can get a forklift too if I need to.
We're good. We'll be good. Where's your pin? You got your hitch pin? Oh, it's in there? I can. They slide.
Okay, which one?
I see that.
Pretty sh
That's the biggest one you
well,
got?
there's a bigger one, but it's bent.
It's bent?
A little
This one?
bit.
Is that going on top? Yeah.
You guys want this starter in the pickup or
No, we're keeping it for that third unit.
Oh, we're gonna put it on that
Put
one.
it on that one.
Oh, I thought
They're taking these two home.
So we're on the way home here, and we got Connor and Todd are in front of us up there, and we got the Ford F350 2011. I'm not sure what size motor it is.
6.7.
We're really not Ford fans, but this was my grandma's truck. She hauled cattle coast to coast, and this was her last truck. And after she passed away, we bought it, but it can't hold up to Connor's Chevy up here going up the hills. But I think he's got it chipped because there's a lot of coal rolling out of there when we're going up a hill, and this one ain't doing that at all. So if we chipped this one, it would probably stand up to that too. But this dually, it handles it really nice, but just ain't got quite as much power as he's got. We'll show you when he steps on it here. How's some chips tasting, Jared?
Good.
We're getting hungry, ready to stop and eat, and fuel. Holy cow! So on the way down, we were averaging 12.4, I think it said, and now on the way back, 6.3, and it's quite a bit. $5 diesel fuel all the way to Iowa, central Iowa. Yeah, so we're gonna have to stop and get diesel pretty quick. It's only, well, it says 82 miles to empty, but this gauge, you can't trust it. You can't run it down like you can some of them. It'll run you out before it gets under red. So anyhow, that's what's going on around here. So here we are at Casey's. Gonna stop and get some something to eat and go to the bathroom and get back on the road again. So yep, maybe get some pizza. Supposedly they got good pizza at Casey's. Let me try that. So we're coming out of Iowa pretty quick. We'll be going into Wisconsin, and just a beautiful evening. It's about 7:30. If you look over there, just look at the view. I love Iowa. Jared says he likes Wisconsin better, but and I like Wisconsin too, but the views down here are just awesome. Just beautiful. I don't know if it's just tonight or what, but it's pretty nice. It's about 7:30, and Jaren's got school tomorrow. We probably won't be home till about 10:30, so gotta keep on trucking. Our button's still broke, ain't it?